law of dominance. In the sense, each and every factor or each and every character will be controlled by the genes. And the second thing is, the genes will always be occurring in a pair. And the third thing is, in case of dissimilar factor, the one factor will be dominant than the other factor. So this is all about the law of dominance. So yet there are there are three exceptions for this law of dominance. So in this class we'll study about the exceptions. Which are those exceptions for the law of dominance? So in this class we'll study about the exceptions of or exceptions for law of dominance. Okay, the first exception is that, let me tell you, the first exception is that what Mendel did is, he took the plant, not Mendel, after some time, after the experiment of these all things or the discovery of these all things by the Mendel, later a plant called snapdragon, this is the plant called snapdragon, which is visibly having the red flower, or you can say it is a red plant which possessing the red flower. Okay, so this red flower is given by the capital R and capital R. In the sense, this is the red, and its contrasting trait is, that is smaller, that is white in color. So these plants have the two contrasting character or the traits, that is the red flower and white flower. So while doing the crossing between these two, as we know, we have did the cross between the tall plant and the dwarf plant in the F1 generation, and we got all the tall offsprings. But here, let's take the gametes, that is R from here, capital R, and from here, that is small r. So the offspring formed is capital R and small r. So what is the actual thing? We will conclude that this capital R and small r, in the sense, will think that all the plants or the flowers produced they were red. But no, it is called as the exception, because the plant or the offspring produced by these red and white flower was in pink color. It sounds strange, right? So that's why the first exception for this or the law of dominance is this, because that's why the law of dominance is not called as the universal law of dominance, because this snapdragon plant, which possess the red and white contrasting traits, but the offsprings produced were pink in color. Why it was pink in color is because the capital or the dominant trait, that is red trait, it cannot be expressed itself fully. It did not express its dominance completely. Hence, the first exception for the law of dominance is called as the what? Incomplete dominance. So it is very important. Please remember, the first exception is, that is incomplete dominance. Here, because the red trait, it cannot express its dominancy fully. Hence, the offspring produced were pink in color. So this is about the regarding F1 generation. Again, in case of F2 generation, we know that in the same case of tall and dwarf, here also the offspring produced by these parents were, that is capital R and capital R, capital R and small r, capital R and small r, and again small r and small r. Please go through the F2 generation crossing, okay? So here we can see capital R and capital R, that is, which is in red, where capital R, small r, that is pink in color. Two flowers produced were pink, and small r, that is white in color. So let's write the phenotypic ratio of these offsprings. See, the one is the red phenotypic and genotypic ratio of this cross or the snapdragon flower is that is same, 1:2:1. So this is the what? First exception for the law of dominance, that is the incomplete dominance. And now let's go on with the second exception, that is the codominance. So what is this codominance then? So the word itself has co, means together. Okay, we'll start like, okay. So example for this codominance is human blood group. We the humans have the four main blood groups, that is the A, B, AB and O, right? Where in case of a human having blood group A, okay, he will be having the antigens only. What? He will be having the only A antigens on his RBCs. In the same way, a person having the blood group B, he will be having the what? Antigens B on his RBCs, right? But in case of a person having the blood group AB, he will be having the both A antigen and B antigen. What? Both A and B. His RBC will be having both A and B antigen, right? So he will be having the blood group A. And coming to the O, where this O blood group won't be having any antigens. We all know that. So it is called as the blood group O. So here, what is the codominance then? In case of blood group A, there is presence of only A antigens. In case of B, only B antigens are present. But in case of AB, where two alleles are present here, A and B, right? A and B. Here both these alleles express themselves equally or dominantly. This A, B like, I will express myself fully, and even the B like, okay, you express yourself fully, even I too will express myself fully. So that's why here both the A and B antigens are found to form the AB blood group. Hence, here two alleles are dominant. No one allele is dominant over the other. They both are equally co, means saath. They are equal. Hence, this human blood group is the example for the codominance. Is it clear for you? I think it is clear for you. And let's go on with the third thing, that is multiple allele. Just a minute. Okay, coming to multiple allele. So as we know, here also the same thing. Human blood group is an example for the multiple allele. So have a look over here. If a person having a chromosome, or he will be having the antigens A, okay, where this is called as the locus. On a chromosome, where particular gene is present, that is called as the locus. Where position of a gene, that is called as the locus. A person having both the A and A, then he will be having the blood group A. Again, in case of the person having blood group B and B, he will be having the blood group B. Here, where the AB, one chromosome will be having the A antigen and another will be having the B. Hence, that person will be having the AB blood group. But here, coming to the O blood group, okay, a person won't be having any what? Antigens here. So that will be called as the blood group O, because no antigens are found in the O blood group. But coming here, we can see only two alleles for the blood group, that is A, B, right? Only two are there. But how is this possible? What is about this multiple allele then? Okay, have a look over here. It is the chromosome of a person. Think of any person or yours only. Here there will be presence of the A, and again on the other chromosome on the same locus there will be presence of the small I. Then this person will be having the blood group A. So here that small I, can you see, it is the allele of a blood group where it cannot express its what? Capability, or which cannot express itself. So hence this I is B antigen and small I, the person will be having the blood group B. Okay, this is how the presence of multiple allele, that is this third allele is nothing but the multiple, more than 2. So this is called as the multiple allele. This is also exception for the law of dominance. But here, in case of multiple allele, we cannot find this I in everybody's. Think if this is a population, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 persons are there here, right? In this 6 or among these 6, only a single person may be, or the 2 persons will be having the multiple alleles, where this multiple allele cannot express itself. Okay, so this is about the multiple allele, and these are the exceptions for the law of dominance. The first one is incomplete dominance, second one is codominance, and the third one is multiple allele. So this finishes today's class, and in the next video let me come up with the inheritance of 2 genes. Till that, stay tuned and study well. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and share it with your friends. Thank you everyone. Take care. Bye bye.